they definitely know how to get us in those times when probably it's a critical moment.
Why?
If they're saying that's their 10 out of 10, there was barely any football being played on that field on the weekend.
If you were to judge our 10 out of 10 performance throughout the season, how would you describe our performance when we beat you guys 5-0?
I can change them up mid-game no matter what, and they'll just switch. I've just got to give them a signal, and it changes.
I don't think this final is going to be coming from me. I think that the players that maybe didn't step up when we needed them, they're going to step up this time.
I reckon Dominici outclasses Eamon. If you're going to go baller, I reckon definitely Ryan Dominici outclasses Eamon.
So what's your three?
I can go with baller, Kelvin, and Ryan Dominici.
He's won 3 club championships, 3 minor premierships, and they've finally got to a grand final with us. So, yeah, it's a great record.
Kev, are you happy to accept that?
Yeah.
Good. Here come workers on! But it's falling here towards 𝐏𝐋𝟏!
Oh my word.
To find her teammate in 𝐿𝐿𝐋𝟏. And now played and struck and in! People, Ryan Dominici! And further forward now to Nira!
We're all ready to play and yeah, we'll go out and smoke it this time.
Let's actually start this. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the PL1 Grand Final is just a couple of days away and we have a host of wonderful players here to do, as you would have seen on last night's podcast, the debate-style preview to what is going to be one of the best matches I'm sure we've had since last week. What a banger that one was. Boys, thanks so much for joining me here. Let's get straight into it. Kevy, I go to you first. Good to have you back. You and Shia have masterminded an 11th straight game undefeated against Ponds. It was an 8th victory out of those 11. Run me through the game, your thoughts, the 89th minute chance for them, and how you won the game.
I think I told you at the start, the team that's going to win is going to take their chances, and both teams had chances, especially that 89th minute was pretty crucial if that did go in, but it didn't, lucky for us, and I think extra time we just had a bit more energy and we finished it off, yeah.
Shia, did Ponds do anything in that match that surprised you, tactically or the way they approached the game?
Look, tactically, I mean, we did our part, but just in general, credit to Ponds. Every single player put their body on the line, like our players, and as you see, like at the extra time, all their players and all our players started cramping. That shows the body language, and they all wanted to beat us after a long time. But when it hit extra time, our boys just took the next gear.
A match of their own debut for you as well. What was the reason for you coming on so late in the game?
Look, I was never part of the plan, but Mamush was on the bench, but he had urgent family commitments, and when we had players cramping up, and I was the only one that was left on the bench, and with one leg I did what I had to do for 5 minutes.
Indeed you did. Michael, welcome to the podcast for the first time. Congratulations on your goal that won the match. I'm going to go to you and just put this to you. So it was a first goal in 4 for you, but for 𝐿𝐿𝐋𝟏, it was a first in 7. For Michael Cody, it was a first goal in 5. So that whole front line bagged goals, and they broke a couple of ducks in the process. Do you think that was the best time for you guys to get among the scoring names again, considering you're heading into a grand final this weekend?
Yeah, definitely. Even with that drought, all the boys are confident that we're going to score. We knew we were going to score that day. We were confident. We told the team at extra time, just like, listen, just let us handle it, and you could see what would happen at the end of the game. So yeah, we're confident, even though there was a goal drought. We're always in the game, so I'm just happy with the boys in their performance at the end of the day.
Excellent. I'll grab that microphone off you. Glenn, I now go to you, wherever you are down there. You were watching from the first minute to 120th. What were your takeaways from the game?
I thought it was a very physical game. Both sides went at each other, and both had their chances here and there. I thought near the end of the regular time that opened up a little bit more because the legs were getting tired and everything. But look, in the end, Marayong, like what Shia said, they took their chances. Ponds missed the golden chance in the 88th minute, which would have sealed the victory. But credit to both sides. It was a very fast, physical game. and you know it was a good game. It was a very good game to watch. So you know, credit to Kevin that they come out on top. So they took their chances and they're in the grand final.
Jay, in terms of what you noticed from the game as well, I know you have a lot of influence in the coaching technical area. What were you thinking in terms of watching both teams and what you might be able to implement into your approach to the grand final?
As everyone said, it was a very, very physical game. And I think for us, obviously that's going to be important this week, bringing that physicality, but also putting the ball in places where, you know, we can command it. But yeah, I think honestly the best team this weekend will win the game. That's my honest opinion, and that could go either way.
I'll grab that mic off of you again. 𝐏𝐋 or 𝐿𝐿, I'm happy for either of you to answer this, but I obviously asked 𝐿𝐿 in last week's podcast about if the season had ended before making the grand final, so that would have been having no teams from senior in the grand final stages. And you said you would have been happy with the season, but now that you've made it one step further, maybe 𝐿𝐿, I'll ask you specifically, how happy are you that you've gone that one step further and have a chance to do something special again?
Yeah, really happy. Look, these boys, they deserve to be in this, you know, grand final, finishing first, you know, achieving their goal, and obviously to make the grand final is an extra achievement, and to win it would be an icing on the cake. So can't wait.
Certainly would be. Right, this is where the new parts of these podcast segments are heading. So boys, I'll explain it very briefly to those of you who just don't have your head around it 100% yet. I'm going to make some statements. It is up to anybody. You can also go up 2 times in a row, 3 times in a row, I don't mind. You're going to go make your way into the middle and respond to the statements. Speak into the microphone, look into each other's eyes, and state your points. The first point I'm going to make is Doonside winning a 3rd grand final in 5 years will give them a greater legacy than Marayong, despite all the club championships in recent years. Who wants to debate that one to kick us off?
You were here for all of this. You're the only one.
Someone's going to start us off.
You're up.
No, leave that there. That's okay.
Yeah, well, I guess my point.
No, you can make your point if somebody comes up after, that's fine.
Yeah, I guess my point to support that would probably be just when push comes to shove, and it's those crunch games that maybe that gives us the edge there. Obviously, these boys over a longer season have more of the accolades, but yeah, when it's a one-on-one game and do or die, I think we come out on top.
Surely there's a response to that from the Marayong end. Defend your club championships, lads. Stay there. Here we go, baller.
So which second, Jay? Yeah, okay. I do agree with that, especially last year at that game at Park League. But again, from our side, I mean, most consistent in 3 years. Club championship across all seniors clubs for us, for Marayong. Just that one game that we were, I guess, punished on. Yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna say, yeah, that's all I can say.
So do you stand by that winning, not that you have done yet, but if you were to win another grand final, especially over them, certainly maybe since the turn of the decade, that would label you guys as the superior club, the superior squad, because, you know, 3 club championships versus 3 grand finals.
I wouldn't say superior. I think if you look back at the last, 5 meetings between us and them, I think the goal aggregate's 10-9 or something. So there's obviously that even match there. But as Baller said, across the season they're obviously more consistent. That's why they have their accolades that they do. But yeah, I guess our argument is it's a do or die game. That's what a grand final is. I guess we come out on top there.
But does that make you the better club in the last?
I wouldn't say it makes us a better club. I'd just say maybe preparation-wise as a squad, maybe we prepare better for those one-off games.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, boys, come back to your seats. Unless Kevin, you want to add to that? Get those knees warmed up.
I'll stay here for
No, I want you to go up there. Meet him in the middle.
Jesus Christ. So here, boys. Sorry, I turned the hair off.
Happy for anyone from Doonside to tag team out if they have an idea. I reckon just leave that there. Yep.
Look, I think you can't really do fight. Like what they've done is good, absolutely, with the young squad they've got, and especially when they were 1 year in PL2. How long was that?
So we spent 1 season in PL2.
Yeah, how long? 5, 6 years ago?
Yeah, 5
Yeah, and then I remember that one game we smacked them like they had no players, but then the next year they won it, and you know, yeah, and you were pissed off.
1-0 half time.
What was that?
We'll lead 1-0 half time at your ground, and you
No, at Marsden Park.
Oh,
that was at Marsden.
Yeah. 10-1, and you were going off on the phone. We'll win 1-0.
Anyway.
10-1.
Yeah. It just depends how you see it. If you see it as grand finals is more important, and that's like in the Australian way it is, apparently, then you would say then if they win the 3, right? But then if we win the 3, then plus the minor premierships and club championships, like it's like 18 games, but then you got 2 final games, and then everyone sees that as the champions, you know. So yeah, I still think either way that we are, but.
Would you concede that point then?
I mean, yeah, as you said, like from a footballing purist position, obviously the league titles and all the accolades that come with that is obviously what everyone probably thinks is better. But yeah, the Australian football way, I guess, and the limited time we've had as a squad together, obviously coming up from PL2, I think to do what we have done, especially if we were to win this weekend, I think that's something that's pretty special.
Perspective. Boys, come back to your seats. Good way to start the debates. Just going to try and encourage you guys, make sure you speak into microphones, otherwise it's going to be very hard to hear you. The next statement is on the basis of what we saw against Ponds, if the game goes to extra time, Doonside are a shoo-in to win. Basically, if the game goes to extra time, because they had a younger squad, they're assured to basically win.
Outside
You missed it. I can't say
I think, well, if you're talking about, because we've already played 120 minutes, then potentially, but if you're talking about players coming off the bench, I reckon we have the better players coming off the bench, so they can make a difference.
How do you see it?
In terms of what you said about the players coming off the bench, I think you obviously made the joke about squad depth, but I honestly think we have the better squad depth. When you look at the players that we have that play reses as well, our reses are in the grand final. I think your reses got done 5 or 6-0. So I think, and obviously you look at that Ponds game where we were able to beat Ponds 1-0 with 7 players out, I think it was. So I truly think we do have the better squad depth. In terms of the actual 120 minutes, you guys have already proven that you can do it and get over the top of a good team in 120 minutes. So we haven't had that yet, but in saying that, we've had the week off, so we'll be fresh. So I think I'd back us to do it.
Kelvin, how did you rate the squad overall in terms of their fitness levels up to minute 120?
Who?
Yours.
So I thought you were okay. Surprisingly okay. Obviously, Crampton's going to come on a synthetic pitch. I think if you looked at based on between us and Ponds, we were the superior in terms of fitness wise. And yeah, look, as I said, we might be fatigued or overloaded from that, or we could use that as like experience. So we're not too sure, but I think yeah, we were okay. We held up okay.
Okay. I think back to my original statement. I'm happy to move on from this one, but my original thinking was that Doonside, who are known for their fitness, might be the ones who would come out as favourites, maybe.
Except Marcus.
Extra time.
That's for sure.
Okay. Is it? Are we happy to? I'm happy to move on from that. Okay, boys, back you come. Thanks very much. The next statement is that 𝐏𝐋🟏 is the most likely man to come up with a winning grand final moment more than anybody else on the pitch come grand final time.
You want to go first?
No,
sweet. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, I reckon I definitely do. I've been the last few grand finals. I've scored 3 in the last 2. Been clinical, been up top, and done my duties of like being a striker. And yeah, I think on that day, not discrediting your strike force at all. Like, you guys are obviously here for a reason. You can score goals. But yeah, I think pivotal moments, I think I just come out on top.
And anything to add?
Just in saying that, like, it's a new year. Obviously, if you talk about like history and whatnot, yeah, I would agree with that. But yeah, we've been in this grand final, new team, good strike force. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
I'll get both of you to stay there. I'm just going to pass to you, Kevy or Shia, just quickly. You guys know Ethan's record very well, but a slightly interrupted season for him. Like, he's been overseas a little bit. There was time spent injured. It hasn't been the most productive for him because he has had interrupted time. Do you think that comes into your aid if Mr. Grand Final is potentially not, at his absolute match sharpness?
What year was it? St. Pat's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I coached the 20s. 20s 1 year, and everyone was like, Ethan this, Ethan that. Last minute, he scores a winner against me grand final, and then that's when I knew this kid's he's a good finisher. I don't know how old were you?
I was 20.
20, yeah. And I knew from then, like, this he can finish, So every grand final I've watched him play, he's pretty much scored and had a good game. So yeah, we'll be silly not to take him serious this Saturday and watch what he can. And not just him, but the whole front three. The whole squad's really strong. So yeah, but like Mike said, it's a new year. We've got a new team. So, and again, Jaden said the better team will win, and we'll see after Saturday.
And Ethan, how are you feeling? Like, as I mentioned, interrupted season here and there for different reasons. What about how you feel about yourself?
No, I feel pretty good coming into the grand finals. I always love to play the big game, the big occasion. Love to do that. As last year, for instance, I went to Europe for 6 weeks and come back with one game before finals, and then scored, and then scored against Marayong, and it felt like I didn't leave at all, and scored 2 goals in the grand final and won us the grand final. Not won us the grand final, but all the players worked around us. But I was clinical enough to put us in the lead, and I think I can definitely do it again.
Good. All right, boys, come on back. Well done once again. All right, I think we should sort of ramp this up a little bit. Winning a grand final means more to Doonside than it does to Marayong's players. Based on what?
Yeah, that's more of that question.
So, winning a grand final is of more importance, it means more to Doonside than it does to Marayong.
Yeah, I feel like it's equally important. The boys are hyped up. Like, we knew we were going to finish the end of the season strong. Everyone's confident as well. But yeah, I feel like it's equal. The boys want to win as well. Like, why not take the opportunity? But yeah, like, nonetheless.
Where my head goes is that no league title in both grades, so certainly there's damage for you guys to do. Rezzies will want to do better than last year up against the team that they versed last year as well. Can I get anybody to come to the middle and tell me why grand final day might mean more to the Doonside Hawks than it might mean to somebody else?
I still don't think it'll mean more to us because we've done it. I think they need a grand final win to go along with everything else. At the end of the day, when you start this final series or when you start the whole season, the aim is to win the grand final, and everyone remembers whose name was on the trophy. So,
my question to Marayong as well would be, off the back of last year, for example, in the way that you guys did go out in first grade to Doonside, it was off the back of a scheduling that you guys didn't agree with. So does anybody want to make comment about what that means in order to rectify that and how it went against you? Happy to do a sub out here.
I guess everyone knows in football, typically if you come first, it's really hard to win the grand final. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's football gods or whatever, I just believe that it's very difficult to win a regular season and also win the final series. Final series typically just comes to the team that shows up on the day. Due to a scheduling issue, on that day when we played against Doonside, they were the team that showed up. but during the season we showed up. So they definitely know how to get us in those times when probably like it's a critical moment. Why? Look, if I'll be honest with you, the style of football they play is hard to beat. And yeah, it's hard to break down. I think that's probably why Pons also find it difficult to beat them. We also find it difficult because we also play a different style of football. And I think that's it. It's gritty. I would say it's more suited Australian type of football, but they do have players to play a very different type of football as well, so we don't know. That's my opinion.
I think Marayong play football that can win a season through the whole year, but I think we play football that can win a game on the day. And then some days if it doesn't work out like it did twice this year or whatever, that's going to happen. But when it comes to finals, I think we know how to play that Australian football.
If somebody's watching this for the first time, for example, and they're tuning in to see why they should watch the grand final, how would you describe, in 20 seconds, how would you describe this Doonside Aussie way of playing football?
Unexpected, just makes defence guess what's going to happen because you don't know where it's going to come from. We can score all over the park, we can play through the middle, or we can play Dooney long ball, as they like to say. And if it works, it works.
Dooney long ball. Okay, yeah, it was. It's come out. Boys, well debated, go back to your seats. Marayong's 10 out of 10 performance is better than Doonside's 10 out of 10 performance.
Just straight up, I completely disagree with that. Like, at the end of the day, right, like, you look at our squad, we're pretty stacked in every position to go on, and you know, most of us have played at pretty decent levels, and shut up. But like, at the end of the day, I think our 10 out of 10 beats any team quite easily, even if Marayong turn up 10 out of 10. Like, I think it's no match really.
Well, obviously, I disagree because the results in the history shows already. You know, coming first, it's 3 years in a row now, club champions, and at the end of the day, that we're the team that represents Blacktown when it comes to champion of champions. You know, that's where the name comes in as well. Whether we succeed, go all the way or not, different story. Because I'm pretty sure you guys, I don't know how many of you guys were involved in that champion of champions winning trophy. Just you? Oh, yeah. Yeah, but at the end of the day, look, as much as people say that, you know, winning the grand final is everything, I don't agree. You know, it's the team, the 10 out of 10 performance that shows the result you finished towards the year, which I give you guys credit as well because you guys finished second. You guys gave us a hard time throughout the whole year. But at the end of the day, I think our 10 out of 10 performance was...
I think I want to hold you to keeping it to 10 out of 10 because... again, if both teams were to come here and play a grand final and play 10 out of 10, I guess the statement I'm making is that maybe Marayong will win that game. So what does a 10 out of 10 look like? And perhaps can you call on an example where you have played close to or on a 10 out of 10?
10 out of 10 performance will be the game that we played against Pons on the weekend. We had every single player, you know, turning up, putting their body on the line and, you know, encouraging one another and then realising what's in stake to win the game. And that's what I think. So,
if that's their 10 out of 10, you were here watching the game. What did you make of it?
I think, like, they say, obviously, they play football, but if they're saying that's their 10 out of 10, there was barely any football being played on that field on the weekend. I came to you at halftime and said, there's been about 8 minutes of football in 45 minutes and all the rest is just kicking the shit out of each other. Which, that's what happened. Everyone was just kicking the shit out of each other. So, like, sorry. But like, that's what I saw. Like, there was not much being played there, and where I feel like, you know, our 10 out of 10 is, you know, fluid, quick football where no defence is keeping up with our attack, and yeah.
Just one more.
Hang on. Just try and keep it quiet on the outside because I want the microphone to pick up everything that's being said here. Okay?
So if you were to judge our 10 out of 10 performance throughout the how would you describe our performance when we beat you guys 5-0? I know you didn't have Ethan in your goalkeeper, but
yeah,
So if we were to perform 10 out of 10 on that day, you reckon the scoreline would have been different?
Oh, I think it would have been 15-0. I don't think we've played that bad in the 3 years I've been at Doonside.
Shia, I'm happy for you to sit there and respond to that. Any responses to what's been said?
Again, I'll back it up. 10 out of 10 performance from us will, I think, get us the trophy at the end of the day.
Kevin, anything you wanted to add to that before Marcus heads back to his chair? Okay. 100%?
Yeah.
Okay. Boys, I'll get you to come back. Thanks very much. That was an interesting one, certainly. Okay, next question is Kevin and Shia, as coaches, have more strings to their bow than Doonside's technical area. What it means is, I think, in a mix of having two footballing minds, and having stronger options to call off of, at least comparing the last couple of weeks of both teams' benches, that gives them more strings to their bow.
Options?
Yes. Yeah.
I think having two good, experienced players during their time, and to come up on the sideline, having, seeing the game in a different view and bringing it up into 1 point would, I would think that it would benefit the team, which the results show already. It would obviously, your game plans are different, but I think having two brains, experienced brains on the sideline would be more important than having one person on the sideline.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's hard sometimes, but I have got a good core around me, young, fresh minds as well. So it's good around, and there's Matt there, the 21s coach, has coached for a long time as well. And I bounce off them as much as possible. But yeah, look, I've been coached by a lot of good coaches, and I can name a few: Marayong, 𝐏𝐋𝟏 sort of thing. And I know the game. Tactically, I know what I can do, and I've proven that this year. Like the game we had against Ponds recently, we won 1-0. I went out for a whole different side, different tactics. Thought about it and said we're going to play this way. Explained to the boys, and they done it. But yeah, Shia's right. It's good to have two experienced, they're both well experienced players, coaches for many years, and surely they've got a lot of ideas and that. So
to go from the 5-0 the week before to the 1-0 win over Ponds, is that an example of you showing exactly what you can do?
Yeah, in a way. It was just a whole new formation. It was a way I wanted to play, and just to dig in. I've had 3 or 4, the boys will say, 3 or 4 different formations against different sides this year. We play the way we see it, and that's the beauty about this team. I can change them up mid-game no matter what, and they'll just switch. I've just got to give them a signal, and it changes. But they've played so many different formations, and I've used reserve graders as well, so it's a credit to the boys, and they just follow my instructions. But yeah, like Shia said, though, they're both experienced and they're good coaches.
What are some examples this season, let's keep it to this season, where you've noticed in games you and Kevy have masterminded something and made a tweak?
The game against 𝐏𝐋𝟏 juniors, we were down 3-1, just 5 or 4 minutes to go. We came up with a tactical formation and obviously sacrificed a few players to put on more attack, and within, I think, 3 minutes we scored 2 goals, and which ended up helping us that night when Doonside lost the workers that night. So it changed the whole club championship and the standings on the ladder as well. So that was one moment. Another moment we had was when we played Blacktown Workers. Obviously we didn't have Kelvin and a few players out that day, and we tried certain players in a different position, and obviously we trusted them, and we've seen what they can do in the training ground. And at the end of the day, it's the risk that myself and Kev take every weekend, every opposition that we play against, and that gets us the result at the end of the day. So,
cool.
And it's been working with us for 7 years, so we can't really complain.
Indeed it has. All right, boys, come back. Remember to try and have a look at the camera every now and then when you're giving your answers. Next statement is, Doonside are more reliant on individual brilliance than Marayong. Off the back of some tactics conversations.
over someone.
No, go for it. Start with.
Yeah, obviously, I don't agree with that. I think we have quality all over the pitch. As a whole round squad, like I said, 11, even with our bench as well, I think we have the better squad. Particularly if you like, for example, you look at our front line. Me, Marcus, Ethan, you shut one of us down, one of the other ones can score. So we have a
Is
whole...
that not individual brilliance? Or is that...
It's more like we don't rely on one player. So it's not like, there's one outlet where we can score. Even our back line, I think we have the best back line in the comp. I don't know how many goals we've conceded, but there's been a lot of games where they've kept us in the game, particularly that Pons game as well. It wasn't just, I scored a goal, but after that, we had some defending to do and we did it really well. So as a whole squad, there's brilliance all over the field and we work together very well as well. So it's not just where it's like one person, showing. I think when we're at our best, everyone's, working well together.
So, please. What do you...
You can ask the question.
Well, I was just going to ask for a response.
So can you repeat the statement again,
So the
please?
statement is that Doonside rely on individual brilliance more than Marayong rely on their individual players to step up.
Probably, I don't think I'd agree with that statement that much. I think, as he said, their front three, I think like their players, if I was to say, they've used more of their, as opposed to their abilities and skills, they've used their brain a little bit more, or during certain games, where we haven't necessarily used that side to get the edge. So I think we have players who are technically and who can do more individual ability things. However, they have players that can do that, but can also use a side which will win you the game from a tactical sort of using your smart play. And I think the front three can all do that. So I don't fully agree with your statement in a way.
Good, I'm glad.
I think it's like, I'm disagreeing with it, but it's not like I'm saying they are the opposite where they rely on the individual. Like I think we have the better squad, but I think it's very close. Mm-hmm. And that's why I think Jaden said, I think Kev said it, the game could go either way, it's whoever's at their best. So
Let's keep it, but still, let's talk about individual brilliance still, but I'll keep you guys there, but we'll flip it slightly. If it does come down to needing a moment to win a game, who do you think has the better individual players with high quality to call upon?
I would back us, obviously, why wouldn't I back us? We have the grand final specialist, Ethan. I think also, we've shown Ryan against them, he can come up with an amazing goal. So we have players deeper as well that can provide that moment too. I mean, they do as well, obviously, with yourself, with Kelvin, so let's not forget about that. But I think, overall, we have more players that can produce that moment.
I was saying, that's what you...
It's your,
I think we also have it as well. So, people always think it's me, or lately they think it's me. But it's not, I don't think this final is going to be coming from me. I think that the players that maybe didn't step up when we needed them, they're going to step up this time. And I feel like that's going to leave a little bit of pressure off myself. If I get something, great, but I don't expect me to be the one to save the team. And I think we got well and capable players to do that.
No, I think they definitely do. Like I said, it's not. I think the gap in the two squads is very close. There's a reason they're always up there, and the reason we're always there as well at the end. I think two quality sides, and you can't leave out Pons either. Those top three, it was always going to be the last three left, and I think there's not much to separate the three sides. It's just whoever's on their day will get the result, which generally happens.
Well, we saw that. All right, boys, come back because we are about to build some combined 11s, and then we'll talk about a prediction and as to why we think those predictions are that way. Let's start with a back five. We're going to build a 4-3-3. We'll start with a goalkeeper and also move into the four-man defence. I am looking for a representative of both sides to state their case as to why it should be their players in the team. But let's build a combined 11. Jaden, give me your goalkeeper to start with.
My goalkeeper is obviously going to be Dudgy.
Stop. Does anybody want to disagree with that?
Combined
between you two, just you two.
Your turn.
Yeah, Dudgy.
Getting your steps in today.
I know it's going to suit this, you know.
Kevin, why don't you go and defend it?
Full disclosure, this isn't a shot at anyone either. It's just
Pick the all-star team between both teams.
Do you agree or disagree?
It's hard because I think I've only seen. Is this your first year playing, or you did play last year as well? Last year, okay, second, or maybe
you
I
missed
didn't
the
play.
game against them last year too.
Yeah. So I can't really. I mean, when we played against you, I mean, we played against us, you won most of the time. So you're probably right. I mean, I think our keepers, he's got some.
Yeah, very.
He can pull off some really good saves in moments where we maybe not expect it. Obviously, there are other aspects of his game maybe might need improvement, but yeah, look, it's hard.
What separates Dudge for you?
For me, a big thing is obviously the ball at his feet. As Marcus said, he's played on the field for 12 years, whatever. But yeah, you can give the ball to him, and you know he's not going to lose it. He can put the ball in spots that I can't even see midfielders doing. And probably the biggest thing for me is his chat from behind you.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the best I've ever played with, and that's not a knock on any keeper I've ever played with, but it's probably the best.
Happy for you both to stay here, but I want to talk about the back four now. Does anybody want to sub in? Or Kelvin, you happy to keep defending?
That's fine. I'll just stay there if anyone wants to come in.
Alright, Jaden, tell me honestly, I'm happy for you to pick all four Doonside or all four Marayong if you want, but what is your combined best back four? Based on this season criteria, I'll let you justify whatever you want to do.
You're right. Left back, I'd probably go Liam. I think on his day, he could easily play at one of the highest levels in this country. Centre backs, I'm not going to
give me like 10 seconds, no more on justifying this, no more than that. Just pick the boys.
I'm going to say Jake Taylor. Do I have to give reasons? Or?
No, I want you to just land.
Yeah, I'll go Jake Taylor at centre back. I'm not going to pick myself, so I'm going to go Dylan at centre back as well. And then probably Jordy Hennon at right back.
Okay, so it's a pretty Doonside heavy back four. Do you want to comment on that?
I'll change that a bit. I would say I would have Liam left back for them. You centre back, Dylan centre back, and I'll play Rossi right back.
Okay, I need to find some sort of agreement or common ground here. So, are you happy to give up one position, for example? What do you think? Let's put you and Dylan in there. I'm going to make that call and put Dudge in goal. Let's do that. We agreed on that pretty heavy. Let's talk about some fullbacks now, though.
Left back. Well, we both agreed on Liam.
Okay, and Liam. Sorry. So let's do right back.
Yeah. I think with Rossi and Hannon, you get similar things. They're both very tough players and very willing to do what they have to do. I think for me, I'd probably only go Jordan because he's a bit more agile. And a bit more willing to get forward, I think.
State your case, Kelvin, or are you happy to give him Jordan?
I just like my Rossi, man. That's it, right? He's a bulldog. Like you need a Rossi in the team, and he's even if you play against around him, you're not getting around him. He's gonna foul you. He's gonna make some certain decisions there. Yeah,
I think that's where it is.
So I guess but I stood by Rossi.
Well, let's talk about that quickly. Last point here. Let's put Dylan at right back for the time being. So who comes in centre back then? So you
I say he's one.
Yeah.
They say Dylan went right back.
Mm-hmm.
Who comes in the centre back?
Other centre back.
I'd probably put
Who's
Jake
the
there, to be honest.
Jake is the...
Your centre back sort of change every now and then. So.
Yeah, my centre backs have changed. If I'll put someone who's fit.
If we're saying Sam Jake, I'd have to go Jake every day of the week.
Based on fitness, okay. But yeah, I would say that's only different.
Yeah.
But in terms of reading the game, I reckon Summer's one of our best defenders. Just gets gassed. That's
okay. I might have to give it to Jake based on that. Who's played more games this season? Has Jake missed a game?
Don't think. No, he hasn't. He was injured. Maybe one or two. And I think Alessi dropped in. Yeah.
Okay, so we have Dudgeon in goal. We have Liam at left back. We have I think we ended up putting. I think we're going to put Dylan at right back, even though he's probably more comfortable at centre back for this season. Jaden's definitely in there, and I guess we'll have to decide later on between the two centre backs. Boys, I guess you come back. We're about to discuss midfielders, which is I'm sure going to be even less controversial than that. I don't care if it's 6, 8, 10, 8, 8, 8, whatever it is. Give me your midfield three. Whoever wants to debate it, go. Combined midfield three.
I'll pick one.
So you got to defend them all. Come on. Back you boys. Check.
This is going to be pretty There's one person I think everyone's going to leave it.
Alright, everyone be quiet. And look that way too.
There, there's someone.
No, both. None of me. I don't know.
I think this is, in all honesty, I think this is the hardest to pick because your midfield and our midfield has been, nearly 10 out of 10 if we were to rate them out like for the whole season. I would have to probably pick Baller, Ryan, Kelvin, and Marcus at 10.
Stop there. Response.
Oh, I definitely don't agree with that. Yeah. I reckon it's definitely Kelvin, 100%. Definitely think Ryan Dominici definitely gets a shout in there too. And then it's either Alessio or 𝐏𝐋𝟏. It's one of those two. Like you get different from you get Daniel that can ball play and can drop into centre back and all that kind of stuff. And then but you got 𝐏𝐋𝟏 who's an absolute dog and he's just going to run all day. Like he's not going to stop. He's going to get that ball. If he does not have that ball, he's going to get it.
But he said Marcus, so I mean, you're almost...
No, I don't think... I wouldn't put Marcus... Like, Marcus has been playing 10, but I don't think as, like, how we've also set up, like, Marcus has also been up top with us and playing as a striker.
Alright, Shia, I'll change your pick from Marcus to somebody else.
Who? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Eamon.
Okay.
I know he hasn't had like full season with us because he's been playing with his own team. But for a young guy, for a young man that has so much talent on him, I think he's up there. Playing full 90 minutes with his own 21s and then backing up, starting with us and playing 90 minutes as well, or as long as he can. I think got to give him the credit.
Let's debate Dominici versus Baller. Tell me what Dominici brings to a team. In 15 seconds, no more.
Oh, like class, absolute class. Can ping a ball out of the sky, like can do anything really with the ball at his feet, and he's like puts in a great tackle too. Like he can hit you hard. Not discrediting Baller at all, but I think just Ryan just tops him as well. Just that young age, being able to run a lot more.
Yeah, in all honesty, I was 50-50 with that position because Ryan is a great player, but so is our Ryan.
Yeah.
So, but fitness-wise, I'll probably go with your Ryan. But to read the game and experience, because he's been in the game for a long time. So
got to find three. Got to find three. PL2 was able to do this last night. Got to find three.
Definitely Kelvin. 100%.
Ryan, I went so which Ryan? Kelvin, and I'll go with Eamon.
Eamon's a good player. I give it to I can't say no, but yeah, I think in a battle between those guys, Ryan.
Don't say which Ryan.
No, I reckon Dominici outclasses Eamon. Yeah. If you're going to go Baller, I reckon definitely Ryan Dominici outclasses Eamon.
So what's your three?
I can go with Baller, Kelvin, and Ryan Dominici.
Would you go with that?
Yeah.
Baller, Kelvin, Ryan Dominici.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Midfield is selected. Boys, come back in. Right, let's figure out a front three. Who is willing to debate this front three? This should be fun as well.
Yeah, you got a face to watch.
Yeah. You get one of us.
Who's your front three?
Front three.
𝐏𝐋𝟏, Cody, and who? Your front three?
Michael.
You got to have Ethan Icon on there for sure. I could get 𝐏𝐋𝟏 in there. even though he's such a dog to play against, to be honest. I think that's what makes him like such a good player. Aerial is unbelievable. And then I'll stick Byron in there too.
Okay.
Ethan, Byron.
Anyone from Marayong want to? I mean, Michael's sitting right here.
Smart.
Defend yourself.
Your front three, it would be
11 goals this season for you, Michael.
Yeah, I'll agree. Yeah.
So you would put yourself in that team?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay. Fair enough. Do you want to back your striker?
I'll back him up. Look, he's new to the league. Okay. Obviously with Ethan being at the top, like he's honestly one of the best strikers in the comp, obviously. But Michael's first year in this comp. Okay. Yes, he's got a lot of NPL experience. I think he's just been very humble, but I'll definitely put him up on the top three as well. He's had a lot of games off, and he obviously had some time off due to injury, and he went on holiday. So, yet if he had the full consistent year with attendance, I think he would have been definitely fighting for a golden boot spot.
Who do you take out?
Jump on the chair. I guess to swap out.
If he passes, I'm taking Byron.
Who was your top three?
Byron, Ethan, and your Ethan.
Byron, Ethan. Oh, man, this is another tough position.
Yeah, 100%.
So, Judge, just one more time so the audience can stay up top. What is the three you put forward?
So I've gone Ethan 𝐿𝐋𝟏, Ethan 𝐿𝐋𝟏, and Byron.
I would put Ethan 𝐿𝐋𝟏, Ethan 𝐿𝐋𝟏, and Michael. I think.
We've got to find a common ground here. Got to find a common ground.
Yeah, I'll stick with mine.
Okay, so I need you to justify why you wouldn't have
Michael.
Why you wouldn't have Michael.
I think I'd have Byron because I think he can play anywhere in the front three. I don't know about Michael too much, obviously, but I think they're both goal scorers at the end of the day. But Byron's done it in and around this competition for a while. He knows what he needs to do in this competition, and that's just more of what I know.
So Byron, I mean, yes, Michael's missed some games, which is awkward because he's sitting right here. 11 goals, including one on the weekend. Byron picked up, I believe, 13. Is it 13 in the first grade? 13. I think he's got nearly 10 assists to go with that. Played more games than season. I don't think you've missed one this year.
Really from corners.
So, and also goals in big games as well, same as Michael. So, tell me again, and again, try and keep it as succinct as you can. But why should Michael?
Okay, I'll try. Yeah, all right. I'll change my front three. All right, this is my final one. Don't ask me why. I would pick Ethan 𝐿𝐋𝟏, Michael, and Byron. I think that's fair because it's.
Because he can play for right as well.
Yeah. Like no, obviously, like our Ethan, brilliant player, great player, obviously, but if it comes down to, at the end of the day, unfortunately, when you're a striker, when you're an attacker, it comes down to scoring goals.
Yeah.
You know? So I think I'll just be fair. And,
I think that's just my experience because Ethan scored 2 against us at Glendenning that round.
Ethan's the type of player where he'll score. He could have a quiet game and then just come out of nothing because he reminds me of like a little, you know, those stuffy, like,
he's like a dog.
He puts his body on the line every game.
You happy to concede? I mean, one Marayong shot out for another Doonside player to jump in. Happy for that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we agree on Byron, on Ethan 𝐿𝐋𝟏, and on Michael, and then that being that Michael.
You agree? Okay.
I'm not very good.
Do we want to get any
I don't know what position you are.
Yeah, I just don't know.
I'll probably put myself.
Yeah, I'll put you in for mine.
You're sprinting. Okay, so who coaches this team after their performances this year? Come on, the coaches have to debate this one. Come on, Glenn, and you should go.
They won minor premier.
Kevin Glenn, he's a player. Easy, Kevin.
Don't you go up, go, start talking.
That'll make me smile. I'd have to say Kevin. He's won 3 club championships, 3 minor premierships, and they've finally got to the grand final with us. So, yeah, it's a phenomenal. It's a great record.
Kev, are you happy to accept that?
Yeah.
Good.
I could have something good about me. I even gave him Molly's the other day.
I actually wanted to catch you guys while you're here. Okay, so Kevin's been at Marayong for a bit longer than she has, so this is perfect. So, and again, I urge you guys to try and keep your looks between each other and the camera, not me. And that is, just tell me more about Kevin. Let's start with you. How you're planning on unpacking Doonside, what you've noticed about them over the year, and where you think you can potentially hurt them.
What do you mean, like? How to
As in, where can you look to target them and score goals and win the grand final?
Just have to match their level of energy. They're a physical team. They're pretty much all mates, so they all play for each other, and so we just got to do the same. It's just that one moment, if there's any lack of concentration, either team, that's I think where the goals will come.
So you weren't here in the last podcast when we spoke about the 3-1 in the automatic grand final ticket. So tell me why that didn't happen that day in your opinion then.
I don't know, I felt like both teams the first half were just a bit like playing like, oh, we've got a second chance. You know, it wasn't like, like at the semis we played Ponds, it was different. Like that was one chance, you know. So I felt like the first, it was a bit strange as well for us because we should have like taken advantage on some things, but I did say whoever scores first, that's going to pump them up more to want to win the game. So, yeah.
Glenn, how do you beat Marayong?
We just got to go out and play football the way we play football, match their intensity, match their physicality, and man for man, do their job. And if we don't do our job on the park, someone falls behind and do their job, well, Marayong will take advantage of it. So everyone has to be on each the same mindset throughout the game, and we can beat Marayong like that.
Okay.
So,
come on back to your seats. Very last question coming up, boys. Done exceptionally well to get to this point. And it's time for a prediction. I want to know, I want to know why you think you'll win the game, sort of unpacking like what we just talked about just then. And I'd love to talk about why you think you'd do so. So who's going to give us the first prediction, and we'll go from there. Marcus?
So what was it like?
Well, we want a prediction and why you think you'll win.
One per side,
Yeah. Happy to do multiple. I don't mind.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, mine's short.
Any smoke coming from this one?
No, not this year. I think 2-0 last. I'll give Dudge the clean sheet that he wanted. Byron didn't want to give him it last time. Yeah, I did 2 on the podcast. But 2-0 for us.
Why do you think that?
I think our defence will keep him out, and I just think we'll just overload and just get. I feel like it'll go 1-0. We'll kind of, drop back a little and kind of allow them to come at us a bit to open them up more, and then we'll get that second goal. And that'll be it. And then I feel like it'll be like 2-0. Like we'll probably score in the 75th minute to get that 2, and it'll just kind of be like. I feel like it'll be like last year's final, but they won't score, whereas Ponds did. Like we came out in that first half, kind of killed them, and then took the intensity right out of the game. But I feel like it'll happen later against Marayong. That's my guess.
I think we will score against the keeper. Our strikers obviously are in a bit of a good mood after last week. All 3 of them on the score sheet after some time, that Mark said, and they're hungry for more, obviously. I think you might get your goal from Ethan into the grand final over there, but we're going to do everything to try and stop that, obviously. Because your whole front 3 can score, and we're going to try and obviously stop that. I think maybe 2-1 Marayong, even 3-1. 1 goal can lead to 2, can lead to 3, and then that drops the head. Obviously the atmosphere is going to be crazy, and that plays a big part in it as well. So I'll leave it with that.
Just want to push something your way. When they scored the first goal in a first grade game, I think it is now 3.5 years since they last didn't win a game from a winning position. Or didn't drop.
No, didn't lose.
Didn't lose. So they are undefeated from winning
drawn
positions
a lot of games
in the last 3.5 years. So just for me, how important is it for you, obviously, to make sure that you stay in the game and don't concede that first goal?
Yeah, look, obviously the whole conversation tonight is whoever makes the first mistake kind of concedes first, and that can change the whole momentum of the game. Like you guys are a very defensive team. Jaden obviously clears everywhere. You guys might go defensive. It is a grand final after all. You want the win in the day. Like you said, there's no second chances. If we go behind first goal, we know not to lose our heads, stay in the game. There's still time, and just keep attacking. And we'll keep trying until the final whistle. If we don't get it, we don't get it. But we'll keep trying.
Have you got a score?
I'm going to go 3-1.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you did too, sorry. All right, boys, come on back. We'll round this out now, unless anybody else wants to put their neck on the line and give a prediction. I guess the answer is no. Great. Okay. Boys, thanks very much for being here. That's a good hour of content for the people to get their heads around before we head to grand final time, Saturday night, 7 p.m. Once again, if you have got to this point of the video, please do remember to leave a like and subscribe. We're on the way to 2,000 subscribers very, very quickly. I'm sure we'll do it very soon. And give a like and appreciate it for these boys, again, taking an hour plus out of their time to give you guys content to G you up for the grand final as much as it does, I'm sure, for them. Boys, thanks very much for being here, and good luck in this week's grand final.
Here towards 𝐏𝐋𝟏! Oh my word. And now played and struck and in! Further forward now, Tagira! Ryan Dominici!
Wants a second goal. Isabel Grant should have a